What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy John 25, and tonight I'm going to do my WWE Raw review on highlights, discuss new. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get started. Now, we're kicking things off with a moment of bliss. This was the first hour of Raw was good because of a moment of bliss. This right here, this segment right here was good by itself. All right, Bliss is super excited to welcome us to tonight's episode of a moment of bliss. Bliss introduced her guest tonight. Randy Orton is pensive as he enters the ring. Bliss replays footage from last week when The Fiend cost Randy Orton his match against AJ Styles. Bliss ponders if Orton has thought about why The Fiend would do that to him. Orton says he knew Bray Wyatt very well, but has yet to really meet The Fiend. Orton says he is a lot like Bray Wyatt. Orton bottles up his pain to fit in. The Fiend wears it on his sleeve. They both hear a voice, but the one the Fiend hears was Orton. Orton says years ago he had to find out what Wyatt's weaknesses was. When Orton did, he buried it to the ground. Orton needs to figure out what the Fiend's weaknesses is, and he thinks it's Bliss. Bliss and Orton intimidate that they are playing each other. The lights go out and the Fiend appears. Orton is holding Bliss in his arms. The Fiend holds out his arms for Orton to hand her over. Orton does a roll out of the ring. The Fiend growls as Bliss looks scared. Orton yells, "Who's laughing now?" That segment itself was good, but Randy Orton should have gave Alexa Bliss an RKO right there to end the segment. That's all I gotta say. But this segment was very good. Now, Sympathy of Destruction match: Elias versus Jeff Hardy. This was brutal and destruction at the same time. So I enjoyed this match for what it was. It says Hardy and Elias trade shots. Hardy sends Elias to the outside area. Hardy dives off the ring steps with a violin, but Elias blasts him with a flying knee. Elias' electric chair dropped Hardy on the apron. Elias mentions towards the piano, which is moving for some reason. Elias opened the lid, and R-Truth is inside it. R-Truth runs away. Lucha House Party, Gulag all run down the ring after R-Truth. Hardy and Elias beat up everyone chasing R-Truth. During the break, it says during the break, Hardy fires up, almost lands the twist of fate. Elias whips Hardy into a guitar set up in the corner. Elias puts a few guitar picks in his fist like claws. Elias punches Hardy in the head with the sharp pick over and over again. Elias slams Hardy into a drum set. Elias tries a running knee, but Hardy moves out of the way. Elias crashed into a gong. Hardy Irish whips Elias into the drum set. Hardy calls for the twist of fate, but thinks better of it when he sees a guitar near. Hardy tries to hit Elias with the guitar, but Elias ducks. Hardy tries to whisper in the wind, but Elias wrecks him with the guitar in midair. Hardy gets his hand on the bottom rope. Elias tries to stab Hardy with a jagged edge of the broken guitar. Hardy moves and Elias stabs a speaker. It is electrocuted. Hardy hits Elias in the back with a base. Hardy puts Elias on the table. Hardy hits the swanton on the outside, putting Elias through a table. Hardy hits his head on the back of the ring steps in the process. Hardy pins Elias. The winner of the match, Jeff Hardy. That match was brutal and destruction at the same time. I enjoyed that match what it was. But I hope this feud between Jeff Hardy and Elias end right here. That's all I gotta say. Alright, let's move on. So we get backstage segment. Matt Riddle interrupts Keith Lee's workout and babble about the opportunity they have tonight. A Riddle Babel's on lead, walks away. Backstage, Ali says Ricochet needs to open his eyes. Everything that has happened to him has happened to everyone in Retribution. So we get Ricochet versus Slapjack. This match was decent. This match was quick. Ali distracts Ricochet, which allows Slapjack to trip Ricochet off the second rope. Ricochet hits his head on the top rope. Slapjack hits a senton in the corner. Ricochet surprised Slapjack with a rolling dropkick. Ricochet fires up and lands a few strikes. Springboard dropkick by Ricochet. Ricochet gets a near fall after a standing shooting star. Ali signals for Mac and T-Bar to run down to ringside. Ricochet launches Slapjack over the top rope onto Mason T-Bar. Ricochet hits a dive onto everyone. Dana Brooke slaps Ali outside the ring. Dana Brooke blames him for Reckoning's attack a few weeks ago. In the confusion, Slapjack hits a slide winder suplex for the win. The winner of the match, Slapjack. Alright, let's move on. Miz TV. Miz and Morrison guest tonight is Sheamus. Sheamus threatens Miz for wasting his time. Miz and Morrison poke at Sheamus and call him jealous of Drew McIntyre being the champion. Miz asks Sheamus to take out McIntyre tonight so Miz can cash in Money in the Bank. Sheamus says McIntyre is his best friend. They are like brothers, and so it ain't happening. Miz rant about Sheamus being intervalent. Sheamus attacks Miz and Morrison. Miz eventually hits Sheamus with the back of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Backstage, Asuka gives Lana the game plan for their tag match against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler in Japanese. Alright, backstage. It says backstage, Shayna Baszler blames Nia Jax for their loss last week. Jack and Baszler argue about whose fault it is. So we got Asuka and Lana versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. This is the first worst tag team match of the night. And I didn't really care about this match. Lana managed to take Baszler down and out-wrestle her momentarily. Baszler runs over Lana. Asuka tags in and lands a dropkick. Lana and Asuka both try dives, but Baszler and Jack catch each other off them. Baszler and Jack swing Asuka and Lana into the barricade in the stereo after the break. Lana tries to fire it up, but Jack clocks her with an elbow to the throat. Nia Jax and Baszler work over Lana. Baszler puts Lana in the Kufuda clutch, but Asuka tags herself in. Asuka clears the ring. Baszler and Asuka kick each other at the same time. Lana tags herself in. Baszler puts Lana in the clutch. Asuka kicks Baszler in the back of the head. Lana pins Baszler. The winner of the match, Asuka and Lana. So that right there alone, 2 weeks in a row that Lana pinned Shayna Baszler, and this was the first worst tag team match of the night. All right, move on. Backstage, McIntyre laugh at what happened to Sheamus earlier. Sheamus and McIntyre share a laugh as Sheamus thanks McIntyre for the help earlier. He didn't help at all. McIntyre says he knows Sheamus is a physical guy, can handle himself. Sheamus says if the roles were reversed, he will return the favor. McIntyre tells Sheamus to be ready tonight. In-ring segment, The New Day. Kingston and Woods make fun of the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business interrupts. Alexander gets in Woods' face and says tonight he is facing him and he isn't Benjamin who New Day pinned last week. Cedric Alexander versus Xavier Woods. This match was decent. Alexander is all over Woods. Woods fires up and hits the honor roll. Alexander responds with a Falcon Arrow. Alexander surprises Woods with the lumbar check for the win. The winner of the match, Cedric Alexander. After the match, Cedric Alexander a bit too hard. MVP and Benjamin look confused. So, sudden death. Sudden Death, #1 contenders triple threat match. AJ Styles versus Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee. This triple threat match was fantastic. It says Lee almost hit a dive, but Riddle and Styles runs away. Styles stumps Lee in the corner. Riddle attacks Styles from behind. Lee leapfrogs over Riddle and Styles. Lee works over Riddle in the ring. Almost helps Styles onto the apron. Styles lands a sliding knee. Riddle lands a dive. After the break, Riddle lands a senton. Riddle suplex Styles. Riddle tries a senton, but Styles kicks him out of the air. Styles is launched out of the ring by Lee. Lee tosses Riddle clear across the ring. Lee sets up the spear bomb. Riddle reverses it into a hanging armbar. Lee baits Styles away using Riddle. Lee escapes, but Riddle lands a head kick. Riddle charges in, but gets pounced by Lee. Riddle kicks out. Styles tries to pin Lee, but Lee pushes him away. Styles lands on Riddle. Riddle kicks out. Riddle German suplex Styles for a near fall. Riddle and Lee trade strikes. Styles surprised Riddle with the phenomenal forearm for the win. The winner of the match, AJ Styles. So AJ Styles will face Drew McIntyre at TLC for the WWE Championship. That match itself is going to be good. I know it is. So we get Dana Brooke versus Reckoning. This is the second worst match of the night. I didn't really care about this match. This was the second worst match of the night. Dana Brooke attacks Reckoning. Reckoning fires back and unloads on Brooke in the corner. Brooke rolls up Reckoning for the win. The winner of the match, Dana Brooke. I didn't even really care. This is the second worst match of the night. So after the match, Ali yells at Reckoning for losing. Backstage, Miz and Morrison find AJ Styles. Morrison offers Styles a pie. Styles tells them to cut the crap. Styles says he will help them. Miz asks why Styles is willing to help. Styles says Miz would be easier to beat. Styles tells Morrison to leave the pie. Almost says that's not a pie, it's just a cupcake. Backstage, Riddle and MVP get into it. MVP calls Riddle ideas dumb and tells him he is glad Riddle lost. MVP mosh Riddle. Riddle gets in MVP's face. Lashley attacks Riddle from behind. Backstage, Lee walks up to Sheamus and says some folks think Sheamus is going to turn on his best friend tonight. Sheamus tells Lee to mind his business. Sheamus flapping says he has to leave so he can turn on his partner tonight. In-ring segment, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre says, man of his word. McIntyre says he brought Roman Reigns back down to earth. McIntyre and Reigns will cross paths again, looking towards the future. McIntyre has no issue with Styles. Styles wants the title in their match because their match will be phenomenal, which is going to be good at TLC for the WWE title. McIntyre is that the only thing keeping Miz from relevant is the Money in the Bank briefcase, so he shouldn't be in a rush to cash it in. If Miz tries him, McIntyre is going to fold Morrison up and stuff him in the Money in the Bank briefcase. McIntyre will then take the briefcase and shove it up Miz you know what. So we get Sheamus. Yeah, so we get Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus Miz Morrison. This tag team main event match was boring. I didn't really care. This tag team match itself was boring. Styles and Omos are at the commentary desk for this match. Sheamus immediately attacks Miz. Sheamus clothesline Miz. Morrison tags in and avoid a clothesline by Sheamus with a kip up. Sheamus responds with a clothesline. McIntyre tags in and runs over Morrison. Sheamus tags back in and hits the 10 beats of the battery on both Miz and Morrison. Sheamus jaws at Styles after the break. Miz and Morrison are working over Sheamus. Sheamus managed to tag in McIntyre. McIntyre clears the ring. Sheamus asks for the tag. Morrison pulls Sheamus off the apron and sends him over the barricade. Styles blasts McIntyre with a phenomenal forearm to cause a disqualification. The winners by disqualification: Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Styles demands that Miz cash in out. Miz gets upset and wants to do this on his terms. McIntyre gets to his feet and hits a claymore on Miz. Styles tries to beg off. Styles flips over the top rope and almost catches him. McIntyre begs Styles to come back, and Monday Night Raw went off the air. Now, the first hour of Monday Night Raw was good because of Moment of Bliss. The worst. There was only two worst matches of the night. Dana Brooke versus Reckoning, the first match of the night. Asuka and Lana versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. And then the triple threat match itself was good. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Raw review and highlights, drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel. I leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. You know what I'm saying? And my name is BigBoyJohn25, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great night and stay safe. But Raw itself felt flat. This Monday Night Raw felt flat. That's all I gotta say. Have a great night and stay safe. And I'm out of here.